Oh, good afternoon, angels. I have been a little under the weather the past few days, so I haven't been able to video anything, and I just wanted to do a short video right now to kind of catch up on things and talk about spiritual alchemy. What is alchemy? Well, it's changing lead into gold. And what the spiritual alchemy means to me is that we have to release all of our burdens and worries and concerns and our thought process and our mental process or our just everything. I mean, we just have to release it all and change all of that causes lead in our spiritual lives. And when we can release all of those things, then we turn our lives into gold, so to speak. It's it's a it's a spiritual thing within us, and we have the power to do that. And it's for me, it's got to be a constant thing to just let go of everything that comes at us that kind of weighs us down, like lead does. It weighs us down if we're carrying it around, and it's damaging. It's damaging to our thought process, our emotional process, our actions, everything. And there's so many things that can cause that. I mean, littlest things can just bring us down, and we have to learn how to release those things mentally, emotionally. It's all negative, and negativity weighs us down. So it's a transformation process. That transformation is change, and there's no reason to fear the change that we go through. Life is change. I mean, every time we turn around, something's different. We sometimes look back and wonder how we got to where we are today and being the person we are today from all the things that we did or didn't do. And and it's like it's kind of magical, which I gotta agree, life is magical. I mean, my gosh, I mean, every time you turn around, you've either moved forward or kind of stayed put, but it's still changed. And it's sometimes an eventual change. Sometimes it's a gradual change. Sometimes it's an immediate change because it's like turning on a light and going, oh, I really need to do this or I need to make this change. And sometimes change happens to us, sometimes it happens for us, and sometimes we have to make it happen. And so when we can release all of the stuff that has come before the before this moment, all the stuff that has happened before this moment, and start fresh that moment. I mean, we can do that. We have the ability to do that, and we can go forward from there. And of course, we're going to have change again. We do on a daily basis. At least I do. I recognize it, and but to start our days with the idea that we can release everything that pulled us down, weighed us down, all that lead that is so heavy, we can release that. We can transform into the gold of life, the magical gold of life that we can live and live it happily and joyfully. We have to learn to step into the light, step into the love that God and our angels gives us, and take it from there and keep moving forward. And we don't need to be afraid of change. I mean, it happens all the time. Some things happen that we don't like, happens to us or at us, or something that we don't like, but we can change how we react to it. We can change how we deal with it. We can change so many things ourselves, even if something is weighing us down because of somebody else or something else. And it doesn't have to weigh us down. Sure, it might for a little while, but if we learn to release all of that, and learn to just grow with that magic that God and our angels give to us, that we can change, get a closer connection with them, and know that they're always around, they're always watching over us, they're always protecting us. They know what's going on in our lives. They know what our choices have done to create change. They also know what others have done to us or at us or whatever to create change. But change is within us. So to me, spiritual alchemy is changing that lead into gold spiritually within us. We have that. We can do that. I can do it. You can do it. And it's just a matter of determination and remembering that we don't have to hang on to anything from our past. We don't have to hang on to anything from yesterday. We don't have to hang on to anything from a couple of minutes ago. We just have to remember that we have the power, and we need the willpower to make the changes or transformations to, to move things from all that weight to gold. I mean, I've heard it said that, we walk streets of gold when we're in heaven, and what a glorious thing that must be. I mean, just all the things that we deal with on a daily basis, that the world throws at us, that the government throws at us, that just people in general throw at us. We don't have to carry that. We don't have to let it weigh us down like that and technically destroy us. We won't move forward. We won't be able to keep moving forward unless we make the change ourselves. God and our angels aren't going to change things for us necessarily. They will help us change things. They're going to, what was it said one time, that God does not interrupt the consequences of our decisions. So we have that power. God gave us that power. Our angels are there to help us, guide us, direct us, protect us. But it's within us to make the changes or the transformations, or however you want to call it, to make the changes that we all need to make. And even when you're not feeling good, like I haven't in the last few days, I still tried as much as I could physically to keep moving. Now, that's not always easy, especially when you get older and you have certain illnesses or what they call diseases that make it more difficult. But with the love of God, the light of God, and our angels, it's possible. It's possible to let go of something that's been thrown at you. I had something thrown at me just yesterday, still not feeling great, but I looked at it. I immediately got upset, concerned, and I had to turn that around. I was reminded that, God's always taken care of me, and He will. Whether it is to make it go away or to fine tune it or fix it a little or whatever, I'm still going to be okay. and and that's an amazing feeling. I mean, that is just like, that's a wow feeling to me, knowing that whatever happens, it's going to be okay. And whatever caused that emotion in me can't matter. Yes, it happened. I reacted at first. I got, like I said, concerned and worried about it, but I had to let it go. I had to let it go because, like I said, I was reminded that no matter what I've had to deal with in my life, it's not always turning out the way I thought it should or I wanted it to, but I was still okay. I was still able to keep moving forward. I was still, maybe I had to deal with a little bit more of it as I went, but I let it go and I was still okay. So, what power do you know or do you have that you can do that? I know I've got God and my angels, and I hope and pray that you too have God and your angels in your life and that you utilize that because they have given us the power. They have given us the power and the common sense to let things go, forgive, to keep moving forward, and to do whatever you can do with their help and guidance. And it's going to be okay. I mean, I've had a lot of things. I mean, I told you before, I'm 73 years old, so I've had a lot of change in my life. And I mean, from the time I was little, by the time I was a year old, my family moved from Pennsylvania to Ohio. Change, you know? And are we aware of those things when we're that little? Are we aware that there's so much change and how many times you've moved, even with your family when you were little? Is it something you remember? Yeah, I remember. I remember most of it, but I felt secure. Why? Because my parents kept me feeling secure. I mean, I dealt with a lot of change when I was little, but I was okay because my parents kept me okay. My parents let me know that it was all going to be okay. And it was. I didn't have a clue when I was that little that it was such a big change. Now, I'm sure my parents, it was also a very big change for them, but they must have taken it in stride and knew that God was watching over them and it was all going to be okay because it was. And we can do the same thing for ourselves. We know that our parents or God and our angels are always with us, and they are always giving us unlimited love, unlimited light, showing us unlimited possibilities. And through all these changes and all this transformation and releasing the lead from the worry and frustration and everything else that happens to us, sometimes on a daily basis, it's going to be okay. And I still hang on to that. I still know that regardless how it turns out, or regardless of how it all ends up, I'm going to be okay. My job is to know that I'm going to be okay and to do what I can in a positive manner to make it even better. God and my angels are watching over me. They will guide and direct me. They will take me through this path of unknown areas, and I'm still going to be okay. Our lives are journeys, and when we can embrace the whole journey every day, day in and day out, 24/7, 365 days a year. If we can do that on a daily basis and know that when our feet hit the floor in the morning, we're going to be okay, no matter what happens, no matter what's thrown at us. The end result is that we're going to be okay. For me, and my parents are in heaven with God now, and for me, that's even more of being okay. They're watching out for me too. And I'm sure you have parents or grandparents or aunts and uncles and cousins or whatever that have passed, sisters, brothers, whatever. They're there watching over you now too. That's even more angels. We already have a multitude of angels watching over us. And now there's even more. So how can it not be okay? It will be. It is. And we just have to keep remembering that and going, okay, I am watched over, I am guided and protected, and and I try to feed myself inspiration on a daily basis. I actually do. I just don't always get to share it with you, but things are just awesome. The way God has put the love and light within us gives us the power to do what we need to do, to react the way we need to react. And maybe we don't do it instantaneously, but when you stop and think about it, whatever it is can't matter, and we're still going to be okay. So that's what I really wanted to talk to you about today. This is going to be a short video. I just wanted to say, hey, thank you for hanging in there with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please feel free to comment on any video, and one of these days I'll go live and we can have instant chat, and I'll let you know ahead of time. If I can, if I may just have the spur of the moment where I think I need to do that. But I love you. I appreciate you, and just go for it today, okay? And release all that lead in every way, shape, or form. Just release it. Let it go. It's going to be okay. I know I've said that 100 times now in about 18 minutes, but I believe it. I do it, like I said, not always instantaneously, but eventually I go, Rita, what are you doing? It's going to be okay. So just hang in there. And as always, peace and love. Have a great day.